We remain constructive on Indian equities, the Indian story for the long term. From the late September highs, we've seen a broader market correction of about 15% or so. And just year to date, the small cap index is down even more than that. We've seen a lot of companies have. There's still pain to be felt there, we believe. India, the question often comes up, is this the year for large caps? Our view is that India is always the year for small and mid caps if you are a long-term investor. But yes, it does seem like the earnings beats that we've seen, the valuation reset that we've seen does allow for more opportunities in the large and mega cap space for now. But it's been a healthy reset in expectations and in valuations. So from here as a starting point, we remain constructive on India. Yeah. It is understandable if some investors who have a global mandate or a regional mandate are moving money into China, are moving money into South Korea. That was a market that was down more than 20% in dollar terms last year. There are opportunities there also beyond tech, beyond autos. But India has a lot to offer also.
Yeah, we were talking about how, the whole immigration issue is pretty vexing, right? And it's getting controversial and also, frankly, ugly as well, right? It's not just harder and harder to get H-1Bs, right? And Indian nationals account for the bulk of the H-1Bs, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's as well the people who overstay or are there illegally, who are the manner in which they're being deported. It's just awful. But you're saying there are ways that India, officially as a government, can actually push back.
Well, in the tech sector, yes, because if you look at the people who were on the dais with President Trump on the day of the inauguration, the big tech entrepreneurs, India for them is increasingly important. For several of them, India is the largest market outside the U.S., at least in consumer terms, and over time, perhaps in dollar terms also. And if the tariffs and the policies become too skewed in one direction, I think
business.
I think there are some levers that the Indian government can start to pull, because this is a very important market. Yeah. And to extend that a little bit more, we were talking earlier about new chip architectures, the future of compute, Moore's law. Indian companies, if they were to start investing in foundries or hard assets in the semiconductor space, that would make us wary. But what we've seen is very encouraging. There's a lot of focus on design. There's a lot of focus on new chip architectures. There's a lot of talent there for that. A lot of that is resident within the foreign arms of American companies. But there's a lot of investment happening in Indian companies also that is very encouraging, that goes well beyond the current architectures.
And are you invested in some of those names?
We are. For now, there's no direct listed companies in this space, but at least the companies that we speak with.
Are they still mainly private? I'm curious.
Some are private, but there are a lot of large listed companies that are making the right investments, we think, that have a high return on time, that have a high return on capital, and India will play a role in the future of compute.